Let me ask you something personal. When you sit down to eat each day, do you ever wonder if the foods on your plate are quietly harming your kidneys? Maybe you think you're eating healthy, but then you notice foamy urine in the toilet, or swelling in your ankles, or that constant fatigue that just doesn't go away. For millions of Americans living with proteinuria or early kidney disease, we're often told it's just aging, or part of life. But what if I told you that's not the full story? The truth is, some of the most common foods on your plate, foods you probably think are safe, could actually be accelerating kidney damage right now. That's the bad news. But here's the good news. For every harmful food, there's a safer, kidney-friendly alternative. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 10 kidney-damaging foods you need to avoid, especially if you're dealing with proteinuria. And for each one, I'll show you a smarter choice you can swap it with so you don't feel deprived. Stick with me until we get to the number one most dangerous food, because I'll also reveal a simple switch backed by clinical research that can help protect your kidneys and lower protein in your urine. This isn't just a list. It's your roadmap to stronger kidneys and better health. So let's dive in. We'll take a villain and hero approach. For every food that's silently wrecking your kidneys, I'll give you a substitute that supports them instead. First up, our number 10 offender. Spinach, the so-called superfood that might not be so super for your kidneys. Spinach is often celebrated as one of the healthiest greens. It's packed with vitamins A, C, and K, iron for your blood, and powerful antioxidants that protect your cells. For most people, it's a symbol of good health and strong bodies. But here's where things get tricky. Spinach also contains oxalates, natural compounds that can bind with calcium inside your body. When that happens, sharp crystals can form and settle in your kidneys, creating kidney stones. Passing a kidney stone is not only painful, it can also leave lasting damage on your urinary tract. On top of that, spinach is rich in potassium. Potassium is essential for muscles and the heart, but if your kidneys are already weakened, whether from proteinuria, diabetes, or chronic kidney disease, they can't filter out extra potassium. That leads to a dangerous buildup in your blood, called hyperkalemia. This can cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, or even sudden heart complications if ignored. So, does that mean you can never eat spinach again? Not necessarily. The key is moderation and preparation. If you enjoy spinach, try boiling it before eating. Cooking can reduce oxalate levels by nearly 40%, making it easier on your kidneys. And instead of having it daily, limit it to small portions a few times a week. If you want alternatives, try kale or arugula. Both are kidney-friendly greens that deliver vitamins without overloading your body with potassium or oxalates. Carrots are another great choice. They're rich in vitamin A, support eye health, and are gentler on your kidneys. One extra note. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, be careful with spinach because of its high vitamin K content, which can affect your medication. Always check with your doctor before making major diet changes. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat spinach often, maybe in smoothies or salads? Drop a comment below and let us know how you usually prepare it. And stay with me, because next we're talking about another so-called healthy food that might not be so friendly to your kidneys. It's sweet, versatile, and often labeled a superfood, but it can overload your system in surprising ways. Let's talk about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are often praised as a healthier choice than regular potatoes. They're naturally sweet, full of fiber, and loaded with vitamins like A and C that support your immune system. For many, they've become a staple in clean eating and healthy living diets. But if you're dealing with proteinuria or chronic kidney disease, sweet potatoes can become a hidden danger. The main reason is their high potassium content. Potassium helps regulate muscle contractions, fluid balance, and heart rhythm. But when your kidneys are weak, they can't remove the extra potassium. This can cause hyperkalemia, a dangerous condition that may lead to muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, or even sudden heart complications. Sweet potatoes also carry oxalates, the same compounds in spinach that can contribute to kidney stone formation. For someone already at risk, eating them often can add another layer of stress to your kidneys. So what's the solution? Moderation and preparation. If you truly enjoy sweet potatoes, slice them thin and soak them in water for at least 2 hours before cooking. Then boil them. This process helps leach out some of the potassium, making them a bit safer. But even then, keep your portions small and avoid eating them daily. If you're looking for kidney-friendly alternatives, try butternut squash or chayote. Both are versatile in soups, stews, or even mashed, and they don't pack nearly as much potassium. Carrots are another great substitute, offering natural sweetness with less strain on your kidneys. Here's an important note. Processed sweet potato products, like fries, chips, or canned varieties, are often loaded with sodium and unhealthy fats. High sodium raises blood pressure, forcing your kidneys to work overtime, while unhealthy fats increase inflammation. These forms are especially harmful if your kidneys are already struggling. And don't go anywhere, because up next we'll uncover another surprising staple food. It's warm, comforting, and eaten by millions every day. But hidden inside, it carries a toxin that can quietly wear down your kidneys over time. Let's talk about rice. Rice is one of the most common staples around the world. Warm, filling, and easy to prepare, it's a comfort food that many of us grew up with. It provides quick energy and pairs well with almost any meal. For families, rice often feels like the safest choice on the table. But if you're living with proteinuria or chronic kidney disease, rice may not be as innocent as it looks. The hidden problem is arsenic. Rice plants naturally absorb more arsenic from soil and water than most other grains. Over time, even small amounts of arsenic can build up in your body, putting extra strain on your kidneys. Studies show that long-term exposure to arsenic is linked to kidney damage, worsening protein leakage in urine and, in severe cases, both acute and chronic kidney failure. Another concern is the type of rice. Brown rice may seem healthier because it's higher in fiber, but it also tends to contain more arsenic than white rice, since the outer layer of the grain holds on to these toxins. For people with weak kidneys, that extra arsenic can make matters worse. So how do you lower the risks if you still want to enjoy rice? The cooking method matters. Always rinse your rice thoroughly before cooking. Use a 6-to-1 water-to-rice ratio, similar to how you cook pasta, and then drain the excess water. This can cut arsenic levels by up to 60%. Also, when possible, choose rice varieties known for lower arsenic content, like basmati rice from California, India, or Pakistan. Looking for safer alternatives? Quinoa, barley, and buckwheat are great kidney-friendly substitutes. They're lower in arsenic, higher in protein and fiber, and add variety to your meals without overloading your kidneys. And here's something many people don't realize. Children are especially vulnerable to arsenic in rice, since their smaller bodies can't handle toxins as well as adults. That's why rice-based cereals or snacks for kids should be limited if kidney health is a concern in the family. And don't leave just yet, because next we're diving into a creamy favorite that many of us spread on toast or melt over veggies. It tastes comforting, but it may be quietly damaging your kidneys. Let's talk about butter. Butter has a way of making food taste better. That creamy spread on toast, the rich flavor in baked goods, or that melting pat on hot vegetables. It feels like comfort on a plate. For many of us, butter is part of everyday cooking. But if you're living with proteinuria or kidney disease, butter can be more harmful than it seems. The biggest concern is its high content of saturated fats and cholesterol. These fats can raise blood pressure and increase inflammation, two of the biggest drivers of kidney damage. High blood pressure, in particular, forces your kidneys to work harder, straining the delicate filters that are already vulnerable. And if you're using salted butter, you're adding an even bigger problem: sodium. Too much sodium causes fluid retention, swelling in the legs and ankles, and higher blood pressure. For kidneys that are struggling, it's like pouring fuel on the fire. Processed butter spreads can be just as bad, often containing preservatives, artificial flavors, or even trans fats that only add to the stress on your body. So, does this mean butter is completely off limits? Not necessarily. The key is moderation and smart choices. If you do use butter, choose organic unsalted butter and use it sparingly, just a small pat instead of covering your whole slice of bread. Even better, try healthier alternatives. Olive oil or avocado spread can give you the same creamy texture while delivering heart-healthy fats that support your kidneys instead of harming them. Here's something worth noting. People with high cholesterol or heart disease need to be especially careful with butter, since kidney disease and heart disease often go hand in hand. Too much butter can make both conditions worse. And don't go anywhere, because next we'll tackle another big culprit. It's not creamy or comforting, but it's everywhere, on store shelves, in restaurants, and even in our homes. Let's talk about soda and why it's one of the most dangerous drinks for your kidneys. At first glance, dried fruits look like a healthy choice. They're made from real fruit, easy to carry, and often marketed as a natural snack. A handful of raisins, prunes, or apricots seems harmless, maybe even beneficial. But for anyone living with proteinuria or chronic kidney disease, dried fruits can be surprisingly risky. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, but all the sugar, potassium, and calories remain, just in a much smaller concentrated form. That means a handful of raisins isn't just a snack, it's like eating a whole bunch of grapes in one go. The biggest concern is potassium. Take prunes and apricots, for example. They're packed with potassium, which is normally good for your heart and muscles. But weak kidneys can't clear the excess. This can lead to hyperkalemia, dangerously high potassium levels in the blood, causing muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, or even sudden cardiac arrest. On top of that, dried fruits are loaded with sugar. They have a high glycemic index, meaning they spike blood sugar quickly. This worsens inflammation, increases protein leakage in urine, and raises the risk of diabetes, a leading cause of kidney disease. And if that wasn't enough, many store-bought dried fruits are coated with extra sugar, syrups, or preservatives like sulfites, which can cause allergic reactions or digestive issues for sensitive people. So, what's the safer path? Fresh fruits are always the better choice, especially kidney-friendly options like apples, berries, and pears. They provide fiber, hydration, and nutrients without the concentrated sugars and potassium overload. Another simple trick is freezing fresh grapes or berries. They turn into a refreshing sweet snack that satisfies your cravings without overwhelming your kidneys. Here's something worth noting. If you're already managing diabetes or high potassium levels, dried fruits should be avoided almost completely. They're just too concentrated to fit safely into a kidney-conscious diet. Now let me ask you, do dried fruits appear in your daily snacks, or have you already switched to fresh alternatives? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't go anywhere, because next we'll step into a hidden danger that many people overlook: vitamin supplements. Some of the very pills we think are protecting our health may actually be pushing our kidneys closer to failure. Let's uncover the risks together. Vitamin B12 is often praised as essential for energy, nerve health, and red blood cell production. For many seniors, it's a common supplement, especially when fatigue or memory issues set in. On the surface, it sounds like something everyone should take. But here's the catch. Most B12 supplements on the market come in a synthetic form called Cyanocobalamin, and this version can be risky if you're living with proteinuria or chronic kidney disease. Why? Because Cyanocobalamin contains trace amounts of cyanide. Yes, cyanide, the same toxic compound known for its harmful effects. In healthy kidneys, your body can filter out the small amounts, but when your kidneys are already weakened, this cyanide byproduct can start to build up. Over time, it adds more stress to organs that are already struggling. Another concern is that weak kidneys may have trouble converting cyanocobalamin into its active form, methylcobalamin, the type your body actually uses. This means that not only are you exposing your body to unnecessary toxins, but you might not even be absorbing the benefits you're expecting from the supplement. It's a double problem. wasted nutrition and extra kidney strain. So what's the safer choice? Instead of cyanocobalamin, look for supplements that use methylcobalamin. This is the natural bioactive form of B12. It doesn't contain cyanide, and your body can use it immediately without the need for complex conversions. It's easier on your kidneys and often more effective, especially for those managing chronic illness. Here's an added bonus. Methylcobalamin also supports nerve repair. For seniors with diabetes, a major cause of kidney disease, this form of B12 can help ease tingling or numbness in the hands and feet. If you're currently taking a B12 supplement, check the label. Does it say cyanocobalamin or methylcobalamin? That one word could make a big difference for your kidney health. And don't go anywhere, because in our next section we'll talk about the bigger picture. Why taking too much of almost any vitamin can backfire on your kidneys. It's a warning you don't want to miss. We often hear that vitamins are good for us. They boost the immune system, keep our bones strong, and support overall health. Many seniors take a handful of pills each day, believing they're doing their bodies a favor. But here's the truth. When it comes to your kidneys, too much of a good thing can quickly become dangerous. Your kidneys act as filters. They remove excess vitamins and minerals from your bloodstream, especially water-soluble ones like vitamin C and the B-complex group. But when your kidneys are weak, whether from proteinuria or chronic kidney disease, they can't handle the overload. The result? Nutrients that are supposed to help you can build up and quietly cause harm. Take vitamin C, for example. In small amounts, it's a powerful ally against infections, but in high doses, it can form oxalate crystals in the kidneys, raising the risk of kidney stones. These sharp stones can block urine flow, cause extreme pain, and lead to further kidney damage. Vitamin A is another risk. Because it's fat-soluble, your body stores it. Too much vitamin A can become toxic, leading to nausea, headaches, and, most concerning, direct toxicity to the kidneys themselves. Even common supplements like calcium and iron can backfire. Excess calcium may deposit in your kidneys, forming stones and increasing strain. Too much iron can trigger oxidative stress, fueling inflammation and worsening kidney damage. And let's not forget herbal supplements. Many are marketed as natural, but natural doesn't always mean safe. Some contain hidden toxins or interact with medications in ways that silently harm your kidneys. So, how do you protect yourself? The key is balance. Never start or increase a supplement without consulting your doctor. What's safe for one person may be harmful for another, especially if you already have kidney problems. Stick to recommended doses, and whenever possible, try to get vitamins from food rather than pills. Real foods provide a safer balance of nutrients that your body can process more naturally. And stay tuned, because before we wrap up, I'll share a quick early warning checklist, a set of simple signs to watch for that could mean your kidneys are under stress. This could be the most important part of today's video, so don't miss it. Sometimes the body whispers before it screams. And with kidney disease, those whispers often show up as small, everyday changes that are easy to dismiss. Having a checklist in mind can help you catch trouble early, before it becomes a serious crisis. Here are a few red flags you should never ignore. Foamy or bubbly urine. This can signal protein leakage, one of the earliest markers of kidney stress. Swelling in the hands, feet, or around the eyes. Your kidneys may not be removing extra fluid effectively. Changes in urination patterns. Whether it's going more often, less often, or noticing blood in your urine, any shift is worth paying attention to. Persistent fatigue or brain fog. When kidneys can't filter waste, toxins build up, leaving you drained and unfocused. Unexplained shortness of breath. Extra fluid can accumulate in the lungs if the kidneys aren't balancing your body's fluids properly. High blood pressure that's hard to control. Your kidneys and blood pressure are deeply connected. When one struggles, the other often follows. If you notice one or more of these symptoms, especially alongside foamy urine, it's time to take action. Don't wait until things get worse. Make an appointment with your doctor. Ask for simple urine and blood tests, and get clarity on your kidney health. So let me ask you, have you experienced any of these warning signs yourself, or know someone who has? Drop a comment below. Sharing your story might help someone else take action in time. And now, let's bring everything together. In the conclusion, I'll summarize the most important takeaways, explain why delaying action can be dangerous, and show you how small changes today can protect your kidneys for years to come. Today, we uncovered the hidden truth behind foods and supplements that can silently damage your kidneys, from spinach, sweet potatoes, and rice, to butter, soda, dried fruits, and even certain vitamins like synthetic B12. We also walked through a practical early warning checklist so you know the signs to watch for before it's too late. But here's the urgency. Kidney problems rarely announce themselves with pain or obvious symptoms. They progress quietly, and by the time you notice something is wrong, the damage may already be severe. That's why protecting your kidneys isn't something to think about tomorrow. It's something to start today. The good news is that small, consistent changes really do add up. Choosing safer foods, limiting harmful ones, reading supplement labels carefully, these steps can make a powerful difference. You are not powerless. Your kidneys may be vulnerable, but with the right choices, you can slow damage, reduce protein in your urine, and give them the chance to keep working for years to come. So here's what I recommend. Start by removing just one of the harmful foods we discussed today from your daily routine, and swap it for a kidney-friendly alternative. And if you haven't done so recently, schedule a simple urine and blood test with your doctor. These 2 steps alone can set you on a safer, healthier path. Remember, everything shared here is for educational purposes only. It's not a replacement for professional medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making major changes to your diet or supplements, especially if you already have kidney disease or other health conditions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Kidney Health 365 and turn on notifications so you never miss new content. And check out my other video on how specific vitamins like vitamin D can affect kidney health. It could give you the insights you need to stay safe. Your kidneys work hard for you every single day. Now it's your turn to take care of them.